Welcome back to part 34. As you guys saw in the previous part, Snake and Eva ended up over here by falling off the bike by hitting into a branch. So luckily they both survived, which I'm really happy of. We all knew that Snake was going to survive anyway, but Eva was quite a surprise, but I'm glad she did.
Snake, are you alright?
I've been better.
What about Eve?
So I have to guide her through this forest by pressing triangle on my controller to tell her to follow up when the way is clear. That's the best thing to do since she's pretty bad hurt. But she does have a weapon on her, and we all know she's really good with it. So let's see how the mission part 34 unfolds. The only problem is she takes her time. She doesn't run when you tell her to follow up. Which is not bad, since I could clear the way myself first. I actually first thought she's gonna die. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. This game can't be without enemies. You have to have enemies in this game to make the game more interesting and stuff like that. But the plot has to be there as well. So as I was saying before, I thought Eva was actually going to die. And I'm actually being serious, I actually thought she was going to die. I know I've played this game before, but I actually forgot this part. But I'm so glad she survived, because she has helped us, wow, a lot of times. And now we need to pay back for our help. So we will stay on caution mode throughout this part anyway. So for me, alert doesn't really matter. But it's the best to make the alert mode wear off. So I want you to keep telling Eva to follow up while I take these enemies out with my sniper. Because the enemies can easily catch up to her because she's badly hurt. And luckily survived, thank God. So let's carry on. So as you can see, they're running up to us. They know we're here in a way. Somewhere here.
Got hostiles.
Sure. Okay, and there's more.
So tired.
Look how fast they are. One by one. What's wrong? The guy's getting shot in front of you and you're asking what's wrong. Okay, that was actually funny, don't you guys think?
Enemy.
Come on, Eva. Okay. So we're caught again. The best thing to do is keep calm and carry on. Whoa. Come on, Eva.
I'm so hungry.
She keeps stopping back and trying to kill the enemies, while we can just actually move on. Okay, there's no point in me doing that, but it doesn't really matter. So we're on our way to Big Boss. She should at least close the top. We're on a mission here to get out alive. Okay, she's hurt.
I can't walk any farther.
God, I love my RPGs.
Who's that?
Just let me rest for a little bit.
Perfect gun for a perfect angle.
Just let me rest for a little bit.
Snake, stay on your toes. The enemy hasn't given up coming after you yet. They should be there any minute now. If you go southeast from there, you'll come to a road leading to the lake. Take Eva.
I've got you covered. My legs won't move anymore. Where'd you go? Snake.
I'm right here behind you. Okay, I don't know why she's not moving.
My legs won't move anymore. I can't go on.
Okay, I'm leaving her, forget her. I'd rather survive by myself than waiting for her. Just kidding.
Snake, where's Eva? You're too.
Okay.
Just let me rest for a little bit. I can't walk any farther. I can go now.
Okay, so I just gave her food and now she's ready to go. Let's roll. So we're almost at the lake. This reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty, when Raiden had to hold Emma's hand, and how annoying was Emma. But Eva's not annoying to me. She's a companion.
Snake, the lake is just over that cliff. Eva should be able to climb it if you help her. Keep her close to you.
Just to let you know, that was a cutscene, but I didn't close it. From what I know, I didn't close it. So yeah. It's actually 4:30 AM here in the UK, and I'm here sitting like a sad life making videos. But I love doing this, so I don't really give a shit. But just letting you guys know what time it is. I just can't wait to get to the lake. One by one they all fall. So come on Eva, let's carry on. Did that rhyme? Okay, let's forget about that. Let's carry on with the mission. So I'm just taking some food in case, because Eva might need it. Again, she's a fat one. There was an enemy there before. He moved out. So as you can see, Eva follows me. So if I go down, she goes down as well. Enemies right here. I don't know if they're coming this way. Doesn't look like it.
What's wrong?
Shot. Okay, so he has seen me.
Who's that?
Okay, had to do that. So going back to Eva to tell her to follow up. I would never leave her. Come on, let's get a move on.
I'm so hungry.
Let's give Eva some food. Some noodles. Okay, let's just give her some ink cap.
I'm gonna puke.
Oh, sorry. I'm saving the noodles for myself. Oh, come on. I need to get to the lake. I'm actually being serious now. This is like taking forever, which is my own fault, I know.
I'm so hungry.
You know what? She actually wants my noodles, I know it. But I ain't giving it to her that easily. I'll give you mushrooms if you want, Eva. It's not noodles. Okay, now let's get over that joke now. It's not even funny anymore, because I bet no one's laughing. Hardly get any views, so who is gonna laugh? Whoa, did I actually kill him like that? Look at him just laying there on the rock. Right on the head as well, that shot was. What the hell? Where the hell did he pop out from? Okay, what a trap. They actually got me there. Yes, Eva. She's better than me here. Okay, let me give her some noodles actually. She did quite well there. What? Why can't I feed it to her? Let me try now. Okay, she deserves it.
Let me have some more.
No. So after eat some nasty food and I give her the noodles. See how kind I am. Okay, I'm on fire now. Bring it on. I'll take 100 if I have to. Out of bullets. Okay, it's all calm now. Come on, Eva. So let's cure myself.
Come on, Snake. We made it.
We made it.
Over there. It's the boss, isn't it? I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Right.
I'll leave you two alone. But come back in one piece, okay? Promise me!
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
Why? To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart. The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it? Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times, the flow of the ages, and we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? Is there such a thing as an absolute timeless enemy? There is no such thing, and never has been. And the reason is that our enemies are human beings like us. They can only be our enemies in relative terms. The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family. I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family. It was November 1st, 1951. I was in the Nevada desert participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white. Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. We'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future. In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space. 3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data. So they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose. At the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books. I could see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race, only to arrive at the same conclusion. In the 21st century, everyone will be able to see that we are all just inhabitants of a little celestial body called Earth. A world without communism or capitalism, that is the world I wanted to see. But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos. It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country. But the US government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support. Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence. I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending. I was driven from the surface world, and I went underground. Then, 2 years ago, I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle. He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice. The Sorrow gave his life for me. There is no enmity between us. One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers. Early in the 20th century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wiseman's Committee. The secret pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers. But the last of the original members died in the 1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wiseman's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Like a nuclear chain reaction, each conflict sparks countless others, forming an endless spiral that will continue on for eternity. Do you understand what I'm saying, Snake? By consuming me and you, the philosophers intend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission to locate and destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The Sorrow was the father. I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful baby boy. But my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers. Look at this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all. No hatred, not even regret. And yet sometimes at night, I can still feel the pain creeping up inside me, slithering through my body like a snake. I've never talked this much about myself before. Thanks. Thanks for listening to me. feel content. Snake, commence the operation. I raised you. I loved you. I've given you weapons, taught you techniques, endowed you with knowledge. There is nothing more for me to give you. All that's left for you to take is my life, by your own hand. One must die, and one must live. No victory, no defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight. It is our destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, MiGs will come and bomb the hell out of this place. If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
Boss.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me. Let's